Hi, my name is David Svetkovsky, and welcome to 2021 and our Graduate Insight series. We are so happy to be back and introducing the lovely Kathy James, who's our instructional design lead for our development programs. Welcome back,
Thanks,
Kathy,
Dave.
and welcome back from Queensland.
Thanks, Dave. It's nice to be in the cooler weather for a few days.
Fantastic. And I'm very fortunate to also have Kate Buchanan, who's our Client Solutions and Business Development Manager, fresh in last year from the UK and fresh into Melbourne from Sydney.
Also very grateful to be home.
Fantastic, and welcome, Kate. So we just want to share some, hot tips and insights into what's happening in the graduate market heading into 2021 to start giving people an insight into, what to think about, what are the trends. So I'll probably start with you, Kate, based on your knowledge, and that's coming back to Australia and now spending quite a bit of time in the Australian market. What are you finding?
Yeah, I think the digital transformation has been absolutely launched headfirst straight into the Australian market. COVID has certainly brought that to the forefront for people, and perhaps it seemed a bit less comfortable in the last couple of years, but everybody's had to fully embrace that change, and organisations have certainly jumped straight in with some complications and some lessons learned, but I think there are some pieces here to stay. We've certainly been helping our organisations with digital assessment centres and found some of the efficiencies that have been driven have been phenomenal. The candidate experience has been surprisingly brilliant, and the feedback from candidates and businesses alike has been incredible. But it's not to say we can't forget the high touch, the human aspect of the recruitment process. So whilst the technology is here to stay, it's also using those efficiencies that we've had and we've gained over the last year to reposition our teams better to do the high touch human aspect for those best qualified candidates at the end of the process.
You've been meeting with a ton of people. You're a machine. What, in a succinct summary, what are the themes coming out from the grad managers, the grad leaders that you're meeting with right now? What are they wanting heading into a busy year?
Yeah, I think there's still a bit of shell shock from COVID and all the change that's happened. I think there is an aspect of just getting through 2021, and there's a bit of change fatigue happening, so a bit of survival for 2021 and really looking to 2022 for that opportunity to change and really reassess whether we're assessing the right things in graduates, whether the selection process is reflective of what needs to happen in the future, and really utilising technology and gaining that momentum for the business to move on and push things forward in that perspective.
Thanking you, Kate. Over to you, Miss Kathy. What are you seeing in the development space? We've just come off a crazy induction period through January and February.
We have.
Yeah, and what are some of the key trends that you're seeing?
Well, certainly the forced nature of having to go almost 100% virtual last year was a challenge for everybody. But I think what we're seeing is businesses really appreciating some of the benefits that have come out of that. And a lot of our clients are starting to work towards much more of a hybrid or a blended approach this year with their development and looking for the benefits that come out of that. So there's certainly some cost benefits of not having to travel and have all your graduates on planes and accommodation in the one place. So that is still a focus point for our clients and making sure that those graduates can have those opportunities to network face-to-face and be together, but interspersing that with a lot more virtual connection points, and that ability to react to pain points becomes a lot easier as well in the virtual space, because if something is happening or this transition in the business, you're seeing the business is much more able to react to that and support the graduates through that.
And it's really refreshing to start hearing of whether it's assessment centres or development centres, people saying, can we start planning face-to-face events again? So that's actually refreshing for us.
And it started to happen. It has started to happen, but there's still a lot of businesses and a lot of our clients that are planning a tentative return to face-to-face and still maintaining some virtual input. But as I said, seeing some benefits of maintaining that hybrid approach.
Thanking you. And some real great insights. I mean, key things that I've seen across many years, but what happened last year was, and I've seen the AAG statistics that were measured mid-year last year on renege rates. I think it was 10 or 11%. So it was really low. The figure probably isn't fully accurate because of the time that the statistics are run mid-year. what we found is a lot of people recruited November, December, January, and by them recruiting late, created a lot of renege pressure on those that recruited last year. So I'd actually call the renege rates, and I know I've spoken to a lot of people, at probably 25 to 30%, and that was experienced in as late as January, February, when we were ready to make inductions. A lot of people lost their grads because a lot of people were still recruiting through those late periods. So I think that's been the biggest shift. And for us, I know the theme of strategy, people actually sitting down and saying, can you help us write our strategy for the next 24 months, is some language it's really refreshing to hear, because we need to make sure that people are articulating their graduate strategy in 2-3 page document to really get the buy-in from their key stakeholders. So we want to really thank Kate and Kathy, and there'll be further components coming out of these videos with more insight. But for anyone out there, please reach out for a coffee, or even better, a wine with us as we now travel around the country and want to meet up with everyone. Have a great day.